This program brought to you by cdance.com. Every year, thousands of ballet dancers audition for summer intensive programs across the world. We at Dance Channel TV wanted to know what the benefits of these summer programs are and how they compare to their financial costs. So we interviewed professional dancers and teachers. Here is what they had to say.
I've been teaching here 19 years. This is my year number 20. And I've seen kids going and coming, having fun, and came back was just, yes, we have fun, everything is different than here, and blah, blah, blah. When you talk about class, we talk same thing happened there, here. I've seen very few girls made progress because they are making progress here in summer program, in China, in Africa, wherever they go, because they're intelligent and they're gonna make it no matter where.
My daughter is Isabel. She is 15 years old and has been dancing for 10 years. She's done a number of summer programs. She's done programs, many in the city that she lives, Los Angeles, so that she could dance all day and still live at home. She has done a program in Paris because she had family there and she could live, so she danced in Paris all day.
My goal is to just become the best I can be over the summer and really improve, because that's when, over the summer is when I get the most ballet work done, because during the year I'm so busy.
Small town, non-qualified teacher, go for it if you can. You have your teacher is equal to where you're going, then why? Okay, so it's a little bit tricky. And then I've seen a couple of auditions that I didn't trust because I saw kids that I would just teach them and I would encourage them to keep doing it for exercise, to be healthy and stuff. And they take them. So here we have to think about why.
It is my opinion that if you are in Europe and you are in a school, their path is very set to one school. Paris Opera, Kirov, etc., Mariinsky. But in America, it's different than that. They really want you to get a vast array of experience. I think that that's wise because there are so many styles of dance. Balanchine, Royal Ballet, etc., Vaganova. And I think that it's wise to go to as many different places as you can.
Many of these dancers attended summer programs based on big-name schools or schools with great history.
My most favorite, I would say, was American Ballet Theater. Even though it was their first time presenting the summer program, I felt it was my first time in New York City, and just being in the building that American Ballet Theater rehearses in was totally inspiring.
And some of them learned a great deal.
A lot of times with summer schools, it becomes a prestige thing or a name. You know, the bigger schools have a bigger prestige, so that's what you want to go to. And I've learned that you have to go, I think you should audition for as many summer schools as you can and really pay attention to how they treat you in the audition. And if they notice you and if you like the way they teach, the way they interact, that's the school you should go to. Because I made the mistake of kind of going with a more name school when there were schools that I liked their audition a lot better. And one of the summer programs I attended in New York was not a big name at all, but it was the best one I went to. They had the best teachers, we had the most performance opportunities. So my advice would just be to not get hung up on a brand name.
Nikki, who has danced with major companies all over California's Bay Area, recently performed on the CBS series Live to Dance. Here, she shares her opinion about summer programs with Dance Channel TV.
My experiences with summer courses were generally very positive for me. I always felt like I improved so much because of the amount of dancing. Like, the schedule was always very demanding, which was so different, during the year as a student, you're just itching to get out of school all day so you can go dance.
Summer programs in a big city like Houston Ballet or New York gave you an opportunity to work with teachers and dancers of a higher caliber than you would get at home.
Boston Ballet was such a shock to me. Then it was very much Russian-based, and my school in Santa Fe was so not like that at all. And so, in hindsight, anything was better than what Santa Fe could offer me as a dancer.
Now, let's do the numbers for 4 of the top U.S. summer intensive programs. The costs of these programs can run from $4,500 to almost $8,000.
It is financially a commitment on the part of the parent and a time commitment.
Summer programs can be very expensive. I was very lucky that I got scholarships to the summer courses I went to, and without them, it wouldn't have been possible.
Fortunately, I was very lucky and got scholarships everywhere I went.
I do know that it's important to remember when it comes to summer schools that the people on scholarship have the priority. And I was never on scholarship. My parents paid for me to go, but it wasn't a waste of money at all. It's just like anything else. You know what I mean? Like, some kids go away to summer camp where they ride horses and make bracelets. Like, I went away to summer camp and I was focused and I was given amazing training.
I feel that I understand always ballet companies and schools attached are always striving to make more money, etc., and have more donors, but it really is important to offer a generous scholarship program to try and get these talented students who wouldn't otherwise have the opportunity.
I would still send her. I would make it my business to send her this year, but I'm looking very closely at the programs that I'm thinking about to make sure that she'll get as much out of it as possible, because when you figure out the cost of the program, the travel, the shoes, it becomes a very expensive endeavor. So what I'm looking for is what program does she get into, but if she has choice, what is the best program out of the ones that she gets into where she will get the most out of it? I think that given the training she has here now in LA, there would be a lot of benefit to her staying here and not going away in the summertime. I think that she could get a lot out of it anyway. Because we've really found some great teachers, but I also think it's there are certain things that are hard to find by staying here that she needs now at 15, like classes in partnering, and also the experience, I think, of separating from her family and being in a competitive environment where she learns that there will be others that are better than she is, that there will others that are not as good, and find her place and learn to deal with that environment. And I think she's at an age now where I think that's very important.
You meet girls that are better than you, and you meet girls that you are better than, so you kind of fit somewhere in between, and you just have to work for yourself.
The competition's fierce, you know what I mean? The bigger schools, the big schools, they go to every big city in the state, and they only take, if it's a good program, they take less than 200 kids total.
I noticed more competition at the workshops in America than the one at National Ballet of Canada. I really loved that program because I didn't feel like I was fighting to be seen, or I just wanted a comment from my teacher. I was so curious about these other dancers and watching how they moved that it wasn't about me anymore. It really was just about learning and not trying to be at the top of the ladder.
Looking back, I don't know if I would have chosen those same schools, knowing what I know now.
Difficult thing about summer programs is the pace, the schedule. It can take a lot out on your body, and at a young age it can sometimes be too much. Some summer programs were so packed that you were literally exhausted and you were dancing poorly because of your exhaustion and then causing injuries, and it took that much longer to come back out of it. Summer courses were very good about teaching health awareness and nutrition and physical therapy and Pilates, and other ones you were just thrown into everything without the knowledge of how to handle yourself, and there would be a lot of dancers that would get injured, or you'd sit and watch for a month. Sometimes that could prove to be a difficult situation.
I recommend that you sit down with your parents and you educate yourselves together about the different possibilities and what the company has to offer in the sense of the repertoire, the teachers, the dancers themselves that are already there, the city.
My advice, if you're curious about summer programs, is to really research them, because some summer programs offer a choreographic show at the end of the summer where you get to choreograph on your fellow classmates. If you're interested in that, find something with that. Or if you want a summer program that includes jazz or modern or physical therapy or Pilates, figure out where your strengths are, what direction you really want to go, and find it in the summer course, because they're all very different. They all have different focuses. I think it's a really great learning tool to go somewhere and work that hard for that long in a new environment. I think it's very good for you, but I think you have to pick your battles and find one that's going to suit your needs and play off of your own strengths that you already have.